You know, with a state like Texas, there's so many places to fish. You've got Toledo Bend, Lake Falcon, Louisville, Lake Austin. This state is full of giant lakes. But what I'm interested in fishing today and throughout the rest of this month and some other days when we go on fishing missions are these little tiny hidden gems. Now, getting to these little hidden ponds, lakes, and creeks and streams is easier said than done. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get the boat that I'm currently repping this year, and that is this Lund 1800 Explorer. Such a fitting name for the missions that we plan on going on for the next couple of days. We are currently in an undisclosed part of Texas right now. If you look around us, you could probably figure out what part of Texas we're at. We're definitely not South Texas. And we are going to drop this boat in to hopefully find some fishing opportunities that a lot of people don't get a chance to get to. I mean, just take a look at this road that we had to drive through. This is not something where you'd want to bring your tandem axle, big, nice, glossy fiberglass boat, and that's one of the reasons why we are repping the Lund, the Red Rocket today. So join us as we explore this little hidden gem and follow along throughout the series as we travel all throughout the United States, fishing these beautiful, tiny bodies of water. I'm excited, never been here before, so fingers crossed. And this is why we're repping the Explorer with roller trailers. Watch this thing, I can dry launch it. It's beautiful. She is effectively bottomed out though, that's crazy. You literally cannot do this in a big bass boat. Not a chance. With my old boat, we would not be fishing today in this pond. Drops right in. Love that. Absolutely love that. Light work. Big boat with small boat launching capability. We're in the water. Now it's time to fish. All right. Again, I've never been at this lake before, so we're gonna figure these fish out together. You and I are both now setting eyes on this place for the first time. It looks tiny, it's a small lake. Obviously, that's the theme of this series that we're starting on this channel is that, you know, we're gonna take this boat in some places where you really can't take boats, to be honest, where it's physically not meant to be. But I think I'm gonna start off flipping. This whole lake is surrounded by reeds. And with that, there's probably gonna be something just busted right there. With that, there's probably gonna be some flipping bass to be caught. So let's go crank them. Got 2 seconds of clouds there, it felt really nice. Oh, whoa. What the heck was that? It sounded big, whatever it was. Oh my God! Giant. Absolute giant. I was not ready for that. I was not at all ready for that. Holy smokes, you see that fish? It's like a 5-pounder. We're just going around these weeds, which makes up 90% of this lake. And I heard like a bust back there, but I couldn't tell if it was like a carp. So I threw in there. It wasn't a carp. It's not a carp, it's a bass. And I haven't frog fished in forever and just set the hook like a complete dork. But I will say that's a good sign. Usually in the heat, like they could either be one of two places, one of which offshore into the deeps, into that cooler water, or they could be very shallow. Texas fish actually do like the heat because these are like Florida strain bass and they do tend to acclimate pretty well to super hot temps, and that fish was quite literally in an inch of water. Also too, on the topic of heat, it is so hot right now where we're fishing that the cameras are not working, they're overheating, so we might have some technical difficulties today. Dude, are you even on the GoPro? They gotta figure out a way to like cool these cameras down. Fan or some sort of like accessory you could buy. Under this tree, I'm calling it right now. Call me babe the way I'm Ruthing. I feel like the bluegill spawn every single day in Texas. Like every time I pull up the lake, there's just bluegill beds. We are young. There's a fire in our hearts. Of course, up in the reeds. We just fished that shit. It was like on the other side where we were just fishing. They're on the bank now. I keep hearing this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I felt that in my chest. We may have to sit in the car for a little bit. We were complaining about all that heat and well, we might get our wish. It's gonna cool down, but not in the manner that I was hoping. It's gonna get a little stormy out here. Thankfully, this is a small lake so we can dip out of here. Imagine if we were like 10 miles off in the Sam Rayburn right now and we heard something like that. We'd be cooked. Oh, that was awesome. Decent fish. I watched him come up and just suck it down. That was cool. That was cool. Oh, buddy, don't come off. Woo! That's a really nice one, damn. Well, our first bass out of the new tiny pond. This is cool, dude. That's a really healthy fish. My gosh, look how fat. Blubber. Blubber with a capital B. That makes me optimistic. I'm thinking if they're this fed right now, if we get a fish that's 20 inches, he could be a real freak. Beautiful 3-pound largemouth. Probably my biggest so far in the lawn. We've not fished out of this boat this much. We've been traveling a ton, but it's nice to be back in Texas doing a bit of secret honey hole fishing. Nice, let's go. One last look of our little Pepe, our little chunky Pepe. We're gonna send him back. I like this. We're not, oh gosh. We're not, wow, dude, that got my back wet. How did that happen? Well, we're not getting a ton of bites, but that's my second bite, and that's my second sign of a fish that's like big. That was like, it's not a giant, it's a big fish though, especially for a little pond like this. I think my first one was twice that fish this size. So I'm 50-50 right now as to whether or not we are going to get shocked aggressively by lightning, or if we're just gonna get some nice clouds that'll help our bite. But we're just gonna fish it out until I see a lightning bolt come within a 5-mile radius of us. Nice fish though, let's keep cranking. This does feel nice. Holy moly. Guys, I don't know how we're not getting bit back here, but it looks succulent to say the least. I mean, we got rain, we got overcast. These fish could be busting out in the middle of the freaking lake for all I know. I mean, that right there should be at least 3-pounder. Look how...
We fished pre-storm, during storm,
and now post. Indeed, man. No, that's a little too much rain. That's a little too much rain, if I'm being honest. Oh my God, just got throttled. Got him, that was cool. Oh, he came off. Dang, dude, these fish are shallow. Whew. Whew, that was cool. Little swim jig action. Changing it up a little bit. I'm thinking maybe some of these fish just don't want to come up and eat the frogs, so I'm just gonna get down to them a little bit with this swimmy jig. There's just not a whole lot of water down there. That's the only issue. There we go. Oh, good one. No, not a good one. It's a little bass though. Skipped up under there and got him out. Wow, dude, look how freaking chunky these fish are, man. That one was on the old Guggen Grass Hero. Just skipped it up under there and he torqued it. That was a nice one. They're just feisty in here, man. They're fat, healthy, aggressive. That's how I like it. Send them back. Nice soft release for our second bass of the day. Wow, that water's warm. I salute you, little friend. That was cool. Nice little combo there. We're not getting a ton of bites, but we are getting bites and we're catching quality fish. That one came off of a little Guggen Grass here. This is in a 1/2 ounce bluegill color. And on the back of that, I've got a little bandito bug. Juicy little number. Perfect for skipping under these trees and getting in and out of the reeds. It's like my third bite on it, but my second fish that I've actually managed to successfully hook. It's like weird, that's like the second bite I've had kind of in open water. They don't seem to be really tight to the reeds, although I'm hearing them bust in the reeds. I don't know what it is, if they're just back there and they can't see the bait or what, but it's a bit of a challenge, but we're catching fish on a new body of water, which is always fun. You guys see that? Trailer's completely bottomed out, but I'm not worried. Absolute light work. Easy peasy. Well, we made it out. We got in safely and we got out safely. That's the biggest key when fishing some of these backwoods little ponds. It's really cool to actually, for the first time, really get a chance to use this 1800 Explorer. I love this boat. I love the trolling motor. The Lowrance Recon is such a different trolling motor than my previous one, but I love it so much. It's super smooth. And overall, this is just like the perfect boat for stuff I want to do. Like, I know you guys enjoy watching missions like this where we really push the envelope and get into thick, nasty stuff. Granted, didn't really pan out too great today, and this is the part in the video where I'm gonna give this place a rating. So lake number 1 on our series of fishing tiny lakes throughout the nation. This might surprise you, but I'm actually gonna give this place a 7.5 out of 10. I give it a higher score. Caleb's shaking his head. But here's the thing, hear me out. I lost a lot of fish. So in theory, if I were to catch some of the fish I lost, it could have been a pretty good day on a body of water I've never fished before. So I'm giving it a 7.5. I think this place has got crazy potential. I think the fish in here are hyped up on good genetics, meaning they're probably gonna be like not a lot of fish in here, but big ones at that. And I definitely want to come back here in the springtime when the water temp's not 92 degrees. Yes, the water in this lake is 92 degrees. I'm sure you can see the beads of sweat dripping off my brow. But with that being said, it is time to pack the old Lunsky up, head to a nice place to lay our heads and dream about big bass, and get ready for another fishing mission tomorrow. There's 2 lakes that I want to hit in this area that look very similar to this, and hopefully we'll have some fishy opportunities. So we'll get some sleep and catch you guys bright and breezy in the AM. Well, we've already had a bit of an eventful morning, to say the least. This is not the pond we anticipated fishing today. We actually just left the original pond that I planned and anticipated dropping in and fishing, and unfortunately we couldn't do so. When we pulled up to the ramp, there was not 1, not 2, but 13 cop cars at the ramp. Not what you want to see when you're trying to fish and film a video for the day.
All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Not able to launch today?
Do what?
Not able to fish today?
Here, no.
Okay,
Thank
gotcha. All right, see ya. We did a little drive-by and came back around and hopped out of the truck. Cop met us there instantly. He's like, you guys aren't fishing today. And we're like, is everything okay? What's wrong? He's like, listen, it's a serious situation, but I can't talk about it. And as we were leaving, we looked beyond where the ramp was at, literally right smack dab in the middle of the ramp, and there was a body bag right at the ramp. There was cops everywhere that looked like there were some witnesses and a medical examiner. So we won't be fishing that lake, at least today, maybe some other day. So we went over to this little pond, and this is where we're gonna be fishing right now. It's much smaller than where we fished yesterday, but it should be good. I just can't believe that. Like, an insane start to the morning. I travel all over, I fish all over, I see some pretty crazy stuff, but that might be the first time we've ever ran into a situation like that. So, you know, just think, when you're having a rough morning, it could always be rougher. Obviously, don't know the details of it. We weren't going to stick around and bother the whole situation, give respect to whatever's going on there. So that's why we're at this different little pond, which is great. Thankfully, there's 2 other spots we can fish today. But here we are.
Cop in the back.
Cop in the back. Oh, yeah, there's a cop. Yeah, every cop in this small town is like around the water right now, so this is pretty nuts. But we're at this beautiful little scenic pond, totally different than yesterday. Still have some reeds, but the water's cleaner over here. There's more grass and there's lily pads. So I'm excited to check this place out. And of course, at the end of this fishing session, I'm gonna give you guys my rating of this overall pond. I also too want to adjust my rating from yesterday. Caleb thought it was very generous that I gave that place an 8. I'm gonna give it a 5. Seeing it wasn't that insane. I think a 5 is more of a substantial rating. I think like a 7.5 or an 8 should really be meant for a lake where we absolutely catch like a ton of fish. So an adjustment to yesterday's rating. We're gonna give that first pond a 5. We're at a new pond today. Let's go crank them. Oh my God, dude. Are you freaking joking? So sick. Well, in typical East Texas fashion, we are getting rained on again for no reason. No rain in the forecast. This is like literally Florida weather, how it just kind of, these little storm cells pop up out of nowhere, get us nice and soggy, and then the sun comes out and it gets about as humid as the Brazilian rainforest. So, you know, the only thing that would make that better is if we found some fish that were willing to bite. I just saw a really big blow up on this bank we're coming up to. However, I've not gotten a single bite yet, which I think is a little weird. This looks incredibly froggy, but we might have to switch to something else. And the frog kind of worked yesterday. We got some pretty good aggressive eats, but there was no numbers to be caught on the frog. So I think maybe today I should give frog a little bit of love, but then find something else to throw, maybe like a dart or some sort of weedless soft plastic I can throw around all this thick vegetation, because this is super thick. I mean, you're really only gonna fish a couple things in this junk, and one of which being a frog, maybe punching, and then some other like weedless swim bait or dart style lure. And you know, here's the other thing too, is this lake is so small, I say lake, pond is so small that we'll probably end up fishing this whole thing today. Maybe a couple times. Rain, go away. Sweet, now it's getting hot. That's super cool. Oh my God, dude. Oh God, kill. No way, this is insane. Still can't catch him. Still cannot catch him. Still cannot catch him. Oh, I just got throttled. I'm on. No, I do have one. I got one. There we go. Finally, a bass. Oh my God, they're busting everywhere, dude. They're busting everywhere. I'm gonna get this guy back. There we go, our first fish. We'll explain what's going on here in a second, but here's our first fish at pond number 2. This is ridiculous. They're busting all around us right now. This is crazy. Caught that guy on something absolutely insane. I'd be lying if I said I haven't been absolutely grinding my wiener off. There won't be much of this pond in this video, mainly because we didn't catch very many fish. Although I did catch one on a Magnum spoon. Of all things, the fishing's tough and I get one on a 8-inch spoon. Doesn't make any sense. But the reason why I think we're struggling right now is because these fish are not shallow in the grass, in the pads like I anticipated. We frogged this whole thing, we flipped it. I threw a weightless dart around, nothing, not even a bite. Opposed to yesterday, we had a couple decent opportunities. This lake is deeper. It's 20 feet in the middle. And I found that a lot of the fish, matter of fact, pretty much all of the fish in this lake are out here schooling on shad. Not only schooling on shad, but they're being very finicky. The shad they're eating is like really teeny tiny shad. And really to catch those fish, I'd have to juggle hover and go like this over their heads. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of stubborn and I really don't want to use my electronics because I do have it out. I have it out just to test and see what the water temperature is and what the depth is and see where the fish are at. And I found that they're mostly out here. So we did see them schooling, which is kind of neat. I'm going to get my score of this lake on the water right now. I'm going to give hidden pond number 2 a whopping 2.5 out of 10. This place definitely has potential. It's got good bait in here. But I think coming here on a day when it's not flat, calm, high sun in the middle of summer could yield in some pretty good success. It does seem like there's some pretty big fish in here. They just don't want to eat what I'm throwing. And I've thrown everything. I'm throwing hair jigs, magnum spoon, deep crankbait, shallow crankbaits, lipless crankbaits, drop shot, big worm, yeah, glide, 2 different kinds of glides. I mean, frog. It's probably a me thing, but I am not trying. It's not for lack of effort. I apologize, guys. We're on a struggle. But hey, listen, I could fake it and be like, oh yeah, I'm a master angler. No, I'm not. This is fishing. This is what it's all about. You got to bounce from pond to pond. Look, they're busting out there. And you just, ultimately, you just got to grind it out, man. You never know. You really just never know. So, perfect little f you to me as I leave. They're just literally schooling on shad out there. And unfortunately, I don't have anything small enough to imitate said shad. Oh, look at they're schooling so hard. Oh my gosh, they're schooling so hard. Oh, they're schooling over there. This is crazy. There they are. Oh my gosh, they're schooling like crazy. You guys see that? You'd think like John must suck because he can't catch fish that are schooling like this, but trust me, it's been a wiener freaking grinder. Oh my gosh, my crankbait's all messed up. Come on, just one more before we leave. One more before we leave. That's how I caught that one in the Magnum spool when they were schooling super hard like that. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, they're on the bank now? Sure. Of course they're schooling on the bank. Fill it up and make me whole. Oh, there's one. I'm on 10-pounder. This is probably the smallest fish on earth. What do I have? I think I have what? One chased you up? Oh, there's one. Little pipsqueak. All right, well, we caught 2 fish here. That's not terrible. All right, well, we caught 2 fish here. That's not terrible, I guess. Where? Where, oh, where did my little dog go? Oh, where can she? Oh, got one. Number 3. Oh, I was just talking smack about this lake and I caught 2 fish back to back. Maybe I'm just throwing the wrong thing. This is the first time we had the big camera out for a fish. Literally, as I was leaving, they were schooling. It's a nice little farewell, I guess. Oh my gosh, he done got stuck good on that Bass Mafia crankbait. Well, we're not getting skunked at spot number 2. We're getting a little schooling on shadleys. Completely different looking fish than yesterday, although this pond is just a stone's throw away from where we started this journey. Farewell, my little stinky friend. Oh, there's one. That was cool. They're not very big fish, but it's kind of crazy just to be, oh, he just came off. Son of a wiener. Or is he just tiny? Oh no, he's just tiny. Little school and pips. This is not the most boring. I wish we were doing this all day. They just started going crazy consistently for the past couple of minutes. Another beautiful little East Texas bass. A Texas bass, baby. Later. Ask me if launching on this ramp to fish this lake was worth it. Ask me, was it worth it?
Was launching on this ramp to fish it worth it?
Yeah. No, although I do adjust my score from a 2.5 to a 2.7 after that little feeding frenzy that we had. It was so funny. I was literally just talking smack about this lake, and the bass were like, actually, we're gonna blow up in the middle of the lake in 20 feet of water for you, just because we feel kind of bad. But the beauty of this part of Texas we're at is there's multiple lakes. Balancing act. Balancing act. This is the last thing you see before getting slimed out. Beautiful. You guys might recognize this ramp. We're back at spot number 1. We are grinding out here, but I won't give up. Keep fishing, never stop. That's always the motto. The reason why we came back here is even though I gave this place a low score, I feel like I missed a lot of fish. And I think the fish in here are a little bit different. There's not a whole lot of deep water, so they should, in theory, just be shallow. And with that, we're just gonna kind of fish in the evening. Right now, it's probably not gonna be very good, but as that sun starts to set and hopefully some of these clouds move over and block that sun, we might have a decent opportunity at getting some of those bigger fish we missed yesterday. This hidden waterways mission is a challenge. It is so interesting how they're all so different. Like this one's got no grass other than the reeds. Oh my gosh, dude. No! Oh my God. Keep fishing, never stop, I guess. That was like a peacock bass drag. That was ridiculous. Holy smokes. That was insane. Holy smokes. Well, at least I know I'm doing the right thing. Holy smokes, that was electric. I haven't had a frog blow up like that in eons. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys could hear that on the GoPro, but that was a big fish on the, there he is right there. We're still checking. He came out of the reeds. You saw the whole, did you see the whole reeds move, Caleb? Oh my gosh. That was like, I mean, presumably if I had to guess, I've been fishing a lot, heard a lot of blowups, missed a lot of blowups. That had to be a 4 or 5+ pound fish that just rocked some bait in the very, very back of this stuff. There is so much water that we cannot access behind these reeds. And it's so weird because the 2 lakes that we've gone to today, other than this one, they're not in the reeds. But for whatever reason, this lake is like, they live so far back in this stuff. Like really by fishing the front side of these reeds in this lake, I'm only probably fishing 50% of the bass that I could be catching, but there's no other way to get back there really. Unless I like hop off and fish it from the bank. That was insane. Well, it's good to know that they're aggressive and they're chasing bait. Oh. Wow, 0 for 2 today. God, I suck. Oh. Listen, listen. He's coming towards it. I just saw the branches beyond where I was at move. Ugh, I know if I could get back there, we could be catching more fish, but it's, I don't want to say it's impossible, but you would need like a 2.5 ounce weight. There we go, finally. Not a big one by any means, but a bass. Dude, we should have just been fishing here all day. As difficult as this lake can be, look how just chunky these bass are, no matter if they're 12 inches or 18 inches. Look how fat. This little guy is thick all the way to the tail. I'm 1 for 3 on this lake right now. And of course I get the smallest one. We started off the evening with a just disgusting topwater blow up. Hooked the fish for a second. Ultimately could not pull the trigger and execute. But we're gonna give it our all. You know, sometimes my best days of fishing happen within like either the first 2 hours of daylight or the last 2 hours of daylight. Very rarely will I like go all day smoking fish. I'm just not. I'm good, I feel like I'm okay, I'm not that good though. But sometimes I get lucky, and honestly, after fishing 3 lakes today, this is probably my favorite, despite it being pretty difficult here yesterday. We caught more fish here than anywhere else, and we caught bigger fish. And the way we're fishing for them is fun. I don't wanna have to go out in the middle and chase them on shad. I'd much rather be up close and personal and flip this stuff. And what's so crazy is, like, I know I might have mentioned this prior, but what you see right here is just the tip of the iceberg. Back beyond there is even more water. And it's not a lot of water. Actually, sometimes when you're flipping these reeds, they can be in like 8 to 9 feet of water. Back there, it's probably 6 inches. I kid you not, these bass are hunting in anywhere from probably 12 to 6 inches. There might be some deep pockets back there, but for the most part, deep, relatively speaking, for this waterway is maybe 1.5 feet. So it's a really unique fishery. I am learning something, you know, this trip. Not only am I getting a chance to fish some new waters and bring you guys along with on these kind of, you know, hell tour type missions, but it's a kind of a learning experience for me too, because I don't really get to fish like this that much back where I live in Texas, or at least North Texas. We're still in Texas, by the way. See if we can get another one. Just one big bite would make my day. Please, fish gods, give me one big bite. There we go. There we go. There we go. Decent one, not a monster, but a decent one. There we go. Oh, finally I connected with one, my gosh. Oh, hey, sorry. Getting used to the tall gunnels. That's a little bit better. This thing is a pip compared to the fish that I've been losing. But I said one thing today, and I want to end on a bang. I knew that if we came back to where we started, we'd have at least a chance at success. Look how just short and stocky these fish are. Oh, I can't wait. I definitely do want to come back here in the springtime when it's not literally 101 degrees. I think it's part of the reason why I've been missing so many fish too, is just because I've just been so disoriented because of the heat. Let's send this little guy back. Let him go and let him grow. See ya, Stinky. Switched over to a Bass Mafia popping frog. This works a little bit better in the open water, kicks up a little more surface tension, and ultimately is just a better bluegill imitation style frog opposed to just the regular filthy frog. I love the filthy frog, it's one of my favorite frogs, but this Bass Mafia Cannonball is a new product that BM just came out with and looks really good. It's got me 2 bites today. Can't complain. Well, Wieners, we are back at the ramp. Not the finish that I was hoping for. However, we didn't get skunked. We caught a decent amount of schooling fish today. We caught some fish flipping, we caught some fish frogging. There she goes, up and out. Thank you, Caleb. Yes, sir. Ding. It was a grind. Ultimately, if we would have hooked 50% of the bites that we got over the past couple of days, it might have been an awesome fishing video. Regardless, this is what fishing is all about. And I don't want to ever like try to bin a video because we only catch a couple small fish or a couple decent fish here and there. I want to show you guys what it's really like to do missions like this and bring a boat like the Lund 1800 Explorer into kind of uncharted territory. I don't think many people, I say this with the utmost sincerity and honesty, I don't think many people are bringing their 18-foot or bigger boat into places like this because they can't. I mean, look at this road just leading up to the ramp today. However, it was fun. These lakes were tough in the heat of summer. We're talking 90-something degree water temperature, bluebird skies, not a whole lot of weather, just kind of plain Jane, no nothing. We still made it happen. We caught fish, I think, at every place that we went to other than the third lake where that whole crime scene situation went down. Regardless, I had a lot of fun bringing you guys along with. This is just part number 1 of the Hidden Lake series. If you guys are excited about this series, let me know. If it's something we should stop filming, also let me know. But we're gonna do more stuff outside of Texas. I wanna do Louisiana, Oklahoma, and of course up north as well, where we pop into lakes where most normal big boats cannot get into. And that is the beauty of the Lund and the trail that comes with it, is we can drop into essentially kayak launches. Totally legal. We didn't use the big motor today. We're just out here just using the trolling motor. That Recon Lowrance was so much fun. We've used it for the past 2 days with no charge, and it absolutely cranked and enabled us to have the fishing day that we had. But anyway, I'm peacing out, signing out. Thank you guys for watching yet another backwater fishing mission. We'll catch you on the next one. And as always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.